Good morning, book friends. It is Friday at 8 in the morning, and we've been up for a little while now. Oh no! We've been up for a little while now, and I haven't started reading yet, but I'm about to. And I think that my goals for the weekend are going to be to finish Scott Pilgrim. I don't have a whole lot left on that one. I'd like to read a couple hundred pages on Elantris, and then I want to try to read The Paris House this weekend. I also have Pride and Prejudice as an audiobook, and To All the Boys I Loved Before on audio. I'm going to be listening to audiobooks as I do things with the kiddos, so I will do as much physical reading as I possibly can, and then I will listen to my audiobooks for everything else. Alright, so here's to a weekend full of reading. Are you sharing your coffee?
Your eggs are right there. I'm making your fruit right now.
Alright, I'll be in there in a second. I don't think that the baby wants coffee, buddy. But thank you for sharing.
Get one! Get him!
I
Get
got
him! Get one! They'll just run away
See
from
shorter
it.
than that thing sticking out right there.
Touch it. Touch it. Oh, so nice.
Can you show me how it works? Oh man, is that how it works? Is that how you make it go?
Oh, easy baby.
Say hi.
Oh, sorry, Mom. I'm busy working.
Alright, I thought I'd do a bit of a check-in. We have been at my husband's parents' house. He went to check on his car and visit with some family, and so today I've finished Scott Pilgrim 4. Scott gets it together. In this one, he gets a job, and it's just kind of a filler on the story while he is just hanging out during the summer with his friends. I think this one might be my least favorite because he and Ramona have a bit of a rough patch, but I think that's also really great for relationship building, so it seems more realistic that way, even though, you know, he's fighting 7 evil exes and all that. But anyway, I wrapped this one up today, and now we are on our way back home. I've got a little time. I'm going to read on Elantris, and then hopefully I'll be starting the Paris Hours. I think I said house earlier today. I'll be starting the Paris Hours either tonight or in the morning. So, time for more reading. Good morning. It is Saturday, and yesterday on the ride home, I was really struggling to stay awake while reading Elantris, so I got like 5 pages read. I decided to listen to an audiobook instead to help me stay awake, and so I think I got 5 chapters into All the Boys I Loved Before, To All the Boys I Loved Before, that book, and I'm really enjoying it. That's a really cute story. It's very easygoing listening, so I'm really knocking it out. I plan on listening to more of it today, and then I've got Elantris right here. I'm going to read some of that today because I'm going to drink coffee and keep myself awake. I am sitting at a funny angle because I'm being held down by a baby. He's just chilling with me today. So anyway, I'm going to sit here for a while and read, and I'll check back in a little while and let you know how far I get. Hello, I am checking in again. I have read a couple pages of Elantris. Every time I pick this book up, something happens that requires me to put it back down, and so I've been reading this 2 pages at a time, And it is so very frustrating because the story is so good. And once you start getting into the story, you don't want to put it down. But this is one of those books that you have to really focus on it just because it's high fantasy. And if you just read it a couple pages at a time, you kind of lose place of where you were. So I try to read this one more at night whenever the kids are asleep so that I can focus on it better. Other than that, I have listened to a few more chapters of To All the Boys I Have Loved Before. That is such a cute story. It is so easy to just kind of unwind and just like enjoy the story because it's just easygoing and it's a fun story and it's really sweet. And so I'm really enjoying that one, and I'm excited to wrap that one up probably tomorrow. I would think tomorrow because it goes so quickly. I usually listen to it at a higher speed, so it just kind of flies by, it seems like. Also, I'm really tired, so my brain's kind of just like meh. So anyway, I'm going to try not to fall asleep. I'm going to try to read a few more pages, and I will check back in probably in the morning. Good morning. I decided for a different backdrop for a little bit. So last night I read a couple pages and fell asleep, which is predictable. So I thought today I would start by reading The Paris Hours, which I took the dust jacket off, but I mean it is really pretty anyway. Anyway, I'm going to start on this today, and it is only 230 pages, I think. So I'm probably going to knock out a majority of this. This is, I was kind of looking through it. It's pretty simple reading. It doesn't look like it's going to be as intensive as reading Elantris. So I'm going to get into this today, and I'll let you know what I think. But I'm very excited about it. So I decided to make some whipped coffee. I used unsweet almond milk, and I use espresso powder, and I make this really awesome fluffy whipped coffee, and you just put it over your milk of choice, and then you have a delicious coffee. It's fantastic. And voila, one whipped coffee. Well, this is whipped espresso. And it is delicious. If you haven't tried it, you should totally try it because it's incredible. Just saying.
Bananas.
And now I'm having some wheat toast with avocado spread and fried eggs fried in coconut oil that my hubby made for me with my coffee. And here's Simon and Lily. And Oliver went back to lay in his bed. So, okay, it is Monday, early in the morning, and I am wrapping up my weekend reading vlog. I didn't have a lot of reading this weekend, but that's okay. I will get more reading next weekend. I read a few more pages in Elantris. It seems like every time I pick this up, I get like 2 pages read, and then one of my children has some kind of emergency, and it gets sat back down. So I've been reading this mostly at bedtime. That way I can actually focus on it. So I will knock out more of this in the very near future. I did read a few pages on this. I'm not very far into it. I had like maybe 10 pages. I wasn't trying to knock this out this month or anything. I was just starting it for fun because I was excited to read it. And then I got my Book of the Month books, and I've been holding on to those a little bit until I wrapped up some of the other things that I was reading. So I started The Paris Hours.
Mama,
Yes, Oliver?
I will buy.
What you doing?
I will buy the.
You coming in to say hi?
Hey. Good? Not good? Ow. You good?
I'm not finished.
Okay. Come on. Let's go.
Almost finished.
have a new audience member.
Alright. Alright, so my last book that I've been working on has been my book of the month, April choice, which is The Paris Hours. I took the dust jacket off because it's easier. I don't want to mess up my dust jacket. If I mess up the cover, then I can put the dust jacket back on it and you won't see it. So that's how I run. I am like over 50 pages into this. It is so good. The writing is, it's difficult to explain, I guess. It's one of those books that you have to have a dictionary for some things. Specifically in this book, I've had to look up a few French words. I know French. I took it in college. I'm decent at French, but I'm not fluent in French. And some of the words that are used would be something that I just didn't really know. So I've had to look up a few things. It's such a good read. It is following the four perspectives. My son's going in and out of the room right now, if you hear that. It follows the four perspectives. One is a puppeteer, one is a struggling artist, one is a newspaper journalist, and I think that he's been wounded, maybe in war. I don't really know because the stories unfold slowly, but I do know that he is injured. He's had an injured leg. And then the last person is a lady who has a daughter and a husband, and it doesn't go into a lot of detail initially. It's very slow character building, but it is so well written. It immediately sucks you in, and you just get absorbed in these people's lives, and you are excited to read the next chapter because you want to know what happens next. Each chapter changes perspectives, so you cycle through each of those four perspectives, and then it restarts and it starts to cycle through those again, and it just keeps building on each story continually. And this takes place over the span of one whole day in Paris in 1927. So it's just really, really good so far, and I'm excited to see where these stories go, and I will definitely keep you posted. But this is the end of the weekend vlog. I will do another one of these next weekend and hopefully have more time for reading, and I will see you guys next time.